Welcome to the movies, pal. Your friendly neighborhood master of chaos, back with you once again. Come on in, come on in. You have a seat saved like always here. Remember, here at Master Chaos Theater, you always have a safe, warm place to sit, which is odd. Maybe I should rephrase that, because most places to sit are considered safe. I mean, unless there's like crack needles or, well, I don't think crack needles are a thing. Crack, you smoke it. Anyway, safe place to sit. Warm because, I don't know, it's not cold. I guess warm is a good thing. It's not like I had some, heavy person sit there and warm it up for you. Maybe I did. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going off track here. Today we're talking movies. Today we're talking 2 movies, as a matter of fact. For some reason, for some unknown reason, Vinegar Cinema has decided to release 2 movies back to back. I guess they're sort of connected by rock and roll. This one, the least of it, when it comes to the rock and roll connection. But Hard Rock Zombie certainly is a rock and roll horror movie. But, boy, do I have a lot to say about all these movies. So
stick around
and grab your safe, warm seat. Okay, Tickle Tits, let's start with Hard Rock Zombies here, because this is the one that was newer to me. I'd probably heard about it 100 times and just kind of like disappeared into the background, like all the other kind of heavy metal kind of horror movies. Just never really spoke to me or really reached out to me as a movie that I needed to see. This one I'm very familiar with. I actually already have this on Blu-ray. So, to be honest, I don't like double dipping. I hate it, as a matter of fact. I think it's awful. I don't have that much shelf space. Why would I want to double down, especially for a movie that is fine? I don't need to have it fucking twice. So after today's review, I'm not even sure if I'm keeping this. Because I certainly don't need Hard Rock Zombies in my life. Wow, baby! Before we get into the reviews in more depth, let's take a look at this beautiful slip. Look at that. This is not, obviously this is just a regular poster art for both movies, but there's something very lovely about that. Something I want to bring to your attention, though, is the Amory case. This is, I don't know if this was actually displayed on the site, but it's a weird division line, because you have this, and then you have this down here, but there is a reversible that flips this, and I'll show you that when I get to Slaughterhouse Rock-a-Doodle-Doo. Wasn't there a movie called Rock-a-Doodle? Anyway, beside the point. Hard Rock Zombies, let's talk about the plot. Hard Rock Zombies runs 1 hour and 37 minutes. My friend, this movie has it all. A mutant dwarf, a girl with giant eyebrows, old man boobs, a puppet licking mustard off his hand, Phil Fondacaro riding a cow dressed as a Nazi, virgin sacrifices, severed head hot potato, a puppet pouring sugar on its balls, Marilyn Monroe and John Lennon anti-zombie shields, Secret Hitler, the cheesiest gore this side of a trauma movie, a werewolf in a wheelchair, and Hard Rock Zombies that walk like fucking 50s robots. Bruh, this is bad. This is bad.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
One of my biggest pet peeves with this movie is the editing. The movie is terribly edited, because there are tons of montage sequences that don't make any sense and just leave your head scratching. I really, really hated the editing in this movie. And it's something I can't really describe. You have to kind of see it for yourself to understand what I mean. Now, it takes 40 minutes for the rock band to be killed and eventually turn into zombies, but most of that 40 minutes is spent on padding scenes, which, as you can imagine, are not fun. Luckily, we only have to wait a few minutes for the dead to be resurrected, and then it becomes the goofiest fucking zombie movie you can ever imagine. If I was asked for a pull quote to put on the poster, it would say, indescribable bullshittery. So here's how the movie works. Everybody the zombies kill becomes zombies. And no, the band doesn't have to bite you or anything. They just kind of have to kill you or strangle you, or, they could stab you with something, and then you will turn into a zombie just because. After the initial rampage, when the Hard Rock Zombies take their revenge, against the weird monster family that killed them initially, The zombies decide to take a break, and they perform an impromptu concert while their victims spread the zombie virus around. So basically, the main characters, the named characters, I should say, the Hard Rock Zombies themselves, aren't even in their own fucking movie. The main character here becomes, the band's manager, and just random people in the town trying to survive, which is not compelling at all. In terms of special features on this disc, you get quite a bit of stuff. You get Never Say Die, a making of documentary featuring interviews with a whole bunch of the actors and the production team. Then you get something called Popcorn Farts and Low Budget Cheese, a featurette with the special effects artists. And then you get From Bit Player to Band Leader, an interview with actress Suzette Boggs, who sort of plays the lead. Then you get Bible of Holy Moses, which is the name of the band, the Hard Rock Zombies themselves. This is an interview with Lucy Hall, who is apparently the world's biggest Hard Rock Zombie fan, and I gotta imagine probably the only one. I like fun. I fucking love fun. I love cheeseball shit. I enjoy cheese so much. Well, honestly, no. I'm allergic to cheese, technically, but that's beside the point. Movie cheese, I dig it, man. I love it. But this is just bottom of the barrel garbage. Garbage. Namely, honestly, it's a technical thing. The editing is so bad. There'll be like a scene happening, then they will cut to like a random montage of scenes we've already seen. Why are you showing us this? What does this mean? Why does this connect to what's happening? What happened? Why are you showing us this? Why are you wasting my time with this? I kept saying that over and over again throughout the movie, and it just took me out. This isn't a movie that allows you to suspend disbelief. Return of the Living Dead, perfect example. Here, it's just so amateurish and embarrassing looking that you just can't. I mean, personally, obviously, this is my review, my opinion, and we could differ. That's fine. That's cool, bro.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
Personally, I thought this was awful. Awful. I will never watch this again. And of course, I cannot recommend it. 1 star for Hard Rock Zombies. I am shocked at how bad this was. And I always say, rose-colored glasses. I'm going in blind, man. I want to enjoy the movie for what it is. It was bad. It was just so bad. I think there's not a lot of nudity in it either. There's like maybe 1 or 2 scenes where you're like, oh, that's kind of a boob, but there's not a lot of nudity. There's almost no nudity. The gore is okay, but a lot of the gore was sourced from a VHS, so do keep that in mind. This is the longest cut available, but they had to get stuff from a VHS, so it doesn't look great. I mean, even the remastered shit looks bad because it's, sometimes the elements are the elements. So don't go expecting a pristine-looking picture. This is obviously the best it's ever looked, but that's not saying much.
Oh, see, that's cold, though. That's a cold one. Okay.
Hey, look at that. The Emery case can switch out, and they can now feature Slaughterhouse Rock, which is most likely what I will do if I end up keeping this. But honestly, I already have Slaughterhouse Rock. I'm never going to see this. So it's literally just taking up space. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I may sell this off. At bargain prices. If you're interested and you're in the US, leave me a comment. You may get this at a Black Friday sale price, because I just don't think I don't think I need it. But this is beside the point. Let's talk Slaughterhouse Rock, which is considerably better, but still not amazing. Slaughterhouse Rock runs 1 hour and 25 minutes. The first 32 minutes of this movie play out like a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, with our main character Alex having mysterious monster-filled murder dreams about Alcatraz. As soon as Alex and his friends hit Alcatraz to find out why he's having these mysterious dreams, it becomes a bloody Scooby-Doo movie. The movie takes place on Alcatraz, so allow me to do this.
Welcome to the Rock.
You're welcome. What do I mean by a bloody Scooby-Doo movie? Well, basically, it's a bunch of kids walking around a spooky dark place with flashlights trying to solve a mystery. Now, when it comes to the plot, there's so much exposition in this movie that it'll make your head spin. The film's central concept makes absolutely no sense. So I'm going to spare you any deeper discussion of the plot because it's honestly
total fucking bullshit.
Essentially, a monster is loose on Alcatraz, and a bunch of college kids are going to get killed. Now, there's a lot wrong with this movie, namely the fact that there's no reason for Alex to be having these dreams, specifically him having these dreams. That's never fully explained. Also, the third act is pretty weak, and the finale is kind of dumb, so it loses points there, but whatever. There's boobs and gore, and it's surprisingly engaging. I will say the film is well shot, it's atmospheric, and it plays like a bigger movie than its budget would probably indicate. But it's not without its cringe moments, namely Tony Basil doing some kind of breakdancing ghost ritual summoning. This is a weird movie. It works, but it's also lame at the same time. Also, there's no real connection to rock and roll in this movie. There is kind of a band. Tony Basil's ghost character is the lead singer of a band, but there's no concert. There's no part that feels like a heavy metal horror type of movie. As a matter of fact, I believe Slaughterhouse Rock is in reference to The Rock and not necessarily rock and roll, because there's very little reference to rock and roll at all in the movie. So don't expect anything similar to Hard Rock Zombies or heavy metal, or not heavy metal, Black Roses, Trick or Treat. That's what I'm thinking about. Don't expect anything like that with this movie. It's essentially Nightmare on Elm Street on Alcatraz, and I don't honestly think they filmed in Alcatraz. I didn't watch the special features. I kind of just skimmed them, but I don't think they filmed in Alcatraz, to be perfectly honest. And I honestly, you can't blame the production. They don't have that much money. I can't imagine that they were able to afford shooting in Alcatraz for multiple nights. But as it is, it's an okay monster movie. It gets 3 stars from your old pal Master Chaos. I enjoyed it. It's okay. It's definitely worth a watch. It's fun. There's boobs, there's gore. You're gonna get some enjoyment out of it. Don't expect a masterpiece, of course. I think you've tempered your expectations by now when it comes to Vinegar Syndrome releases. Not a masterpiece per se, but a fun, worthy watch. Obviously, the strongest of the two on here, the double feature here, is Slaughterhouse Rock. But is it enough to get the disc? I don't know. You will have to weigh that for yourself. I can't make that decision for you, my friend. Let's talk about the special features on Slaughterhouse to wrap it up. Here we have an interview with cinematographer Nicholas Joseph von Sternberg. Then you get an interview with actress Tammy Heiler. Then you get another interview with the main guy, actor Nicholas Salocci. I'm not sure how he pronounces it, but there's 2 Z's in it, so there you go. Then you get Lunch Break with Claus, an interview with actor Al Fleming, who I believe played the monster in the film. You get a couple interviews, sprinkled throughout. You get a little bit of inside knowledge on the production. So if you're a fan of the movie, you get the goods here, which is always nice to have that for people who love the movie and want to know more about it. As it is, I don't really want to know more about any of these movies, but that's just my opinion. Hard Rock Zombies is terrible garbage, and Slaughterhouse Rock, not too bad. Yeah, it's fine. You have a good time with it. That's it. Let's close the theater down, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this double feature review. I honestly hope they don't do these again. I think this is... I'm not sure why they did this. They could have released these separately, honestly, and made twice the money. So I'm not sure why they're doing this. But they did 2 of them this month. I'm talking about March 2022. So stay tuned for another double feature review. Next up, though, is a single Reform School Girl. So stay tuned for that one. For now, my friend, time to close the theater down. I'm going to grab the curtain here, pull it across the silver screen, and bid you adieu. Take care of yourselves. I love you. I'm sorry that I had to kick you out, but you're always welcome back. Remember, there's always another video out there that you probably haven't seen from your old pal Mastercast. So why don't you go ahead and spend some extra time here in the theater watching another film. For now, let's call it a day because the theater is closed for now.